Hey guys, back again with Crypt. We're here with an old skid that I found out in the dumpster. We're gonna turn this into this. So the goal here is just to take this apart, get the nice pieces of wood out of it, and build ourselves a nice stand for the rest of our mining cards. I got two more 1060s coming, or I got two 1060s coming because I don't have any right now, to go with my one 1070 Ti and my two other 1070s for the Win edition too. So yeah, we're gonna start taking this beast apart. Essentially hoping to just build a free mining case. I mean, it wouldn't cost much to buy the wood anyway, maybe like 30 bucks. So if you don't have access to this, you know, a random skid around, or you know, any other wood, then just, you know, pick up a bit of wood at your hardware store or something. But most people can, you know, find something lying around with whether it's just, you know, some hunks of 2x4 or an old skid like this guy. So I'm actually going to use this old 2x4 hopefully to help pry this apart, because I don't have, I can't find my hammer or my pry bar to take these off. If I happen to not be successful with this, I may end up going to grab a pry bar from a buddy's place. Other tools you're going to need. You're going to want a nice drill here to be able to pull all of your, to be able to screw everything back together. Of course, you want a set of screws. I got myself a little drill bit to tap the screws so I don't split this cruddy old wood, because it's not the best quality wood, of course. Just an old skid. You know, a nice drill bit, obviously, so we can put these screws in. And a measuring tape. Oh, and of course I don't have it here, I gotta go grab it, but we need a saw to chop these up. Either a handsaw or, well, that's all I have, so I'm going to be using a handsaw today. So let's get at it. So with some help of movie magic and a little hard work outside in the snow, I was able to take these off the skid and turn them into some usable planks. Some snapped on me, they're a little too small, or anyways, these will be perfect for a little side, you know, side supports and stuff, because this is a bit wide for most of the rig. But I figured it might be okay. One of the flatter ones that's not so warped might be okay for resting the risers and GPUs on, whereas, you know, something like this might be better for, well, once I clean it up a bit, might be better for you know, supporting the top of the GPUs, or, you know, maybe the side supports or something. But anyways, we'll figure it out as we go. Alright, we're back here. We already used the good old handsaw to badly cut this piece of wood. Not very straight, but whatever, it'll work. So yeah, we're gonna start putting things together here now. Alright guys, we're back. So never had a chance to fully finish off the rig here, or the rig's frame, I should say, because just had too many things to do that day. I ended up cutting stuff. Just to give you an idea of how big these pieces are, they're 5.5 inches wide by just under 32. Looks like 81 centimeters. I had to think about that for a second. We're working with this size. I only have a handsaw, so I'm not going to do excess cutting. This is going to be the length of the rig. So because of that, I've also already cut some smaller pieces. This one's just kind of scrap right now. So to give you an idea of what I cut here, I essentially just doubled up the, let's show you here, just doubled up the width, so 5.5, that equals 11. So I did 111, well 2 11s, and of course they're 5.5 wide. And what that's going to allow me to do here is, well, this is the first part here. Now if I place another one here, this will hopefully be wide enough. Hopefully you guys can see that. But essentially I'm going to have these two on the bottom down there. So we're going to build it too wide so I can fit the motherboard and the two PCUs, or the power supplies, that are going to power all the graphics cards that will be on a rack somewhere up here. So I don't know the exact measurements. I'm probably going to, you may hear the miner in the background actually, probably going to take off one of those cards just because I don't have a spare lying around, so I can get the proper measurements. Speaking of the miner, I've been having some random issues. It's been running stable for, geez, over a week, you know, like I barely had to look at it, no problems whatsoever, but recently GPU, my GPU 0 has been hanging a lot in the EWBF miner. So yeah, I don't know. It's random. It doesn't seem to matter which coin I mine. Which I guess it wouldn't matter. It's all on the same algorithm and all on the same miner. But I'm either having an issue with the GPU or, anyways, I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting because it keeps turning off in the middle of the night, and then my whole miner shuts down, and I'm losing uptime, right? So we don't want that. So I'm going to try to figure that out. I'm not pushing my cards any more than I normally do, so they're at the exact same settings they were when they were running stable for like a week straight. So if any of you know, like, if that's normal, you know, maybe just something happens in the miner where it changes something, and you have to readjust your settings, let me know, because you know, I'm pretty new to this. But essentially, yeah, the settings are the same. We're mining consistently, but now all of a sudden my GPU 0 is like hanging, kind of thing, or just wants to restart and it's not restarting itself. I'm gonna have to look into writing a script, or following somebody else's script that you know, people have posted on YouTube and whatnot. And look into doing more remote type of restarts and stuff like that, because right now that's not going to work for me once more GPUs are running, and when that's down I'm losing a lot more money, right? So let's not let that happen. Anyways, that's a little update on that. So back to this. We are building, this is essentially going to give me, I'm hoping, from my rough estimates, without taking apart the rig I have existing, because I have no spare parts essentially. I'm using everything I currently have as far as power supplies, motherboards, and GPUs right now to mine and run my systems. Or my system. So essentially, I don't want to take anything apart just to find out if things are going to fit until I'm ready to turn off the miner for a little while, I guess. So essentially this is the plan, this is the rough layout of what I think I'm going to go for here. So this is going to be my support for the top piece here, where it's a little loose right now because the screws have gotten loose on me from it just sitting there. But essentially I'm going to put more screws in this, secure this top piece up here so that I can support my CPUs. Actually, I may place it somewhere in the middle here, and then have this piece something like this to support the actual place where you use, you know, a mounting screw to support your GPU. So I just got to figure out how high this needs to go. This can kind of float depending on where I need to put it. Alright guys, so this is the issue I'm having. Sorry I don't have whatchamacallit, I'm not doing screen capture. I don't have it on my mining rig and on Ubuntu, on Linux here with the Ubuntu. But I don't understand what's going on. You know, this keeps happening. So it runs normally. GPU 0 is a little warmer than the others, but it's to be expected the way I got it set up right now. But this just keeps happening, where the device will just exit the thread with code 77. I'm gonna have to do more research, but if any of you have been having the same issue recently, same settings as usual, and it's just exiting on you randomly, let me know, because this is really annoying. This keeps happening, and then this is what happens afterwards. You know, it just doesn't power. There's no power going to the cards, really, and it's not, you know, it's not doing anything. So essentially, when this happens, I've got to exit out, close the terminal, open a new terminal, and do my command for whatever I'm mining. So in this case, I started mining back at Bitcoin Z for a little while because I thought it was it had some serious increases, and I wanted to support the soap pool. I was mining on Zencash for a while, but I'm gonna support the soap pool for a little while. You know, just move around the hash power a little bit. That. Got the two side pieces on now. Now, just gotta secure it to this other bottom piece. Two in there too. So as you can see, guys, I'm not really following any directions or anything like that. I'm just kind of going by eye, and hopefully this is going to work out. If it doesn't, I'll make some modifications. Maybe not the best way to do it, but this is the way I'm doing it. Always watch the dreads and the drill. Alright guys, as you can see here, I've stopped the mining rig, stopped the gaming PC. I'm going to take off one of these cards so I can, I'm going to take off the 1080 Ti just because it's easiest here, it's right on the end, so that I can get my measurements on the rig over there. I haven't turned it off fully in a little while. You can see she got a little dusty and a little hairy, so she's probably due for a good clean anyway. So perfect timing to do a little maintenance on it while I got it turned off. That's pretty boring though, you guys don't need to see that. So I'm just going to unplug the riser going to here. So this guy right here. First, remove the plug here, 6-pin, or 8-pin rather, 1 8-pin. Cut my tie wrap. There we go. There we go. And we're good to go. Now, we can go see how it's gonna fit over there. Alright, now we got the card. We can see how we're gonna mount this thing. So, you're gonna want that something, oh, wrong way. We're gonna want it something like that. Over here. And this guy. Something like that. That should work. So grab my little marker. We're back. Finished up putting some final screws in the mining rig. The battery died, sorry guys. I didn't get it on film, but it's pretty straightforward. I just jammed in a couple more screws, pre-drilled the holes, and put in a few more to secure it a little more. So now it's nice and sturdy, no issues with it falling apart, and no issues with it supporting the graphics card. So I'm going to use zip ties along here to support the graphics cards so that I don't split the wood when I try to screw in with the screw. And I want to have them so I can slide them around a little bit more and space them out evenly, depending on how many cards I end up putting in. So stay tuned guys, subscribe if you want to see me jam my graphics cards on this rig. Right now they're still on the milk crate miner. So that's it guys, that's how you build a mining rig case with just a pallet. I could probably get 2 mining rig cases out of this pallet, so you know, you could probably build quite a few. You might have a hard time getting this specific dimensions of pallet, but you know, just work with what you got and make it work. It's not like, you know, you need any specific measurements or anything. It doesn't have to be exact. The only thing that you really want exact is the spacing here, and that's why I ended up taking the card off over there to line it up and make sure I had the right spacing. If you had the measurement, I'm sure you could base it off of that, but I've messed that up before, so. Alright, see you guys next time.